Oh my God. Like there's times in life, where like I've gotten the whole weekend, a lot going on, had an event on Saturday, Father's Day yesterday. I'm sure like you, great day. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, as
Uh,
you as well. Yeah.
yeah, but the days go by and then because there's so much going on, the anticipation of waiting for this moment, like on Monday
It
morning.
is huge. It
Right.
really, it's like
Imagine
Christmas
how, like,
Eve.
imagine how the masses are. Like we're like that, right?
Yeah, it's really
Uh,
almost not fair.
all right. Once again, everybody, the great Mark Puttenvink, Patriot Training Systems. He can train anybody. He trained all the people in the big march, the parade.
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Washington.
no Kings.
They had to go to him first before they could participate in the parade.
Now, in Queens, New York, do you think no Kings? I mean, was it confusing?
Oh God!
You know what? The sad thing is, it accomplishes absolutely
I know.
nothing.
I know. You kind of wonder, like they were talking about the numbers and everything. Okay, so a lot of people went, but what? Yeah, like you said, what?
There's 350 million people in the country.
I know. It's funny before we start talking, and again, showing how selfless you and I are. We were chatting, as you know, before the show. We said, you know what? Let's not waste these gems.
And what did I say? Yeah, a couple of real gems.
Yeah, right. Let's make sure the universes can see this. So we were discussing people like Theo Vaughn, who was on. He's made quite a name for himself. And Mark was like, yeah, okay, but what's the big deal? There's a lot of those guys, right? Mm-hmm. And they all seem to be, and no disrespect, I'm a Joe Rogan fan, but they're all seem to be like tied to Joe, right? They get on Joe Rogan's show, now they make a name for themselves. Right?
Yeah, I mean, Joe's had quite a run, but at some point that'll end too. I mean, it all has a beginning and an end.
Yeah.
But I was talking to my cousin this morning. Some of the, and I understand that it's monetized, but don't tell me the world's ending and then cut to a commercial. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of lose me there.
Who did that? Was there some specific?
I don't want to name anybody in particular, but yeah.
Oh,
and he's not alone. I mean, there's men and women out there that do these, because they were either in the intel community or they were SF guys or something like that, or they just whatever, and they start off it's either what's going on overseas, and then they cut to a commercial. I'm just like, well,
it's too bad, isn't it? Because again, these guys, everybody's got to make a living. Everybody's got bills to pay. And they get this following based on things they've done.
The credentials.
Yeah. Right. And then, I know.
I mean, so I've mentioned this gentleman before, Lee Morrison. He teaches combatives in England. Street guy, but really smart. And he said, they want to keep you in a total constant fight or flight.
Yeah.
Fear mongering. And it's true. You watch the news, man. We have no idea what's really going on.
Oh, I know.
Because all we hear about it's like a hammer over your head.
Right.
There's the same thing, and it gets to be where I just turn it off now.
Like even when Israel bombed Iran and they showed pictures of the supposedly 5 guys they killed. Well, we don't really know that they really killed those people at all, right? Based on.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's that to me. It just even that. I mean, it dominated the headline.
I know.
Like we were really headed toward. Well, we might be. I don't know, but and I said about this morning. I can only control what's inside here, and then when I walk out the door, I'm going to look around and see what's going on, and then I got to deal with it, whatever, good, bad, or indifferent.
I know, yeah. Like you want to be we talked about this before. You want to be informed, but at the same time, we're not going to go over there and fight Iran or whatever. So
it just doesn't change my daily life, and I hope it doesn't. I mean, it's a horrific thing. I mean, it's a horrible, horrible event. But then you had what happened in Minnesota, and all of a sudden. That's the first 30 minutes, and you don't hear anything about Israel and Iran. So
and no disrespect, 2 lives were lost, 2 other people were shot.
That's horrible,
terrible. But when 2 other just random people get shot and killed,
who cares?
Like nobody cares. Everybody's going out, like even the Orange Man is coming out and said, "Well, this will not be tolerated." Well, no kidding. We're not going to tolerate. We shouldn't be tolerating anybody getting shot, right? So
along those lines, if let's say, God forbid, somebody took you out.
Not a chance.
Would Tracy be the first suspect? Would they?
Good point. So, okay. So who would be if I found like
let's go through a list of suspects.
Right. So if they saw me, like a picture of me laying on my bathroom floor with, we'll get too gruesome, but
Yeah.
So I'm done. Who would they? Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. So Tracy, so what would her motive be to take me out? Right.
Tired of the poop stuff.
What's that, sorry?
Tired of the poop.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So I've gotten to her brain. With
I
all
think
the
you really, yeah,
right. So it's kind of
repulsed her.
right. So now she, being a good person that she is, it wasn't like she really wanted to do it.
Right.
Just these thoughts
Drove her to it.
Right. I see that. What do you think of Susan Brooks? What do you think? Where would she be on the list?
No, I think she, she may kill you mentally. Like I don't think it would be a violent act. I think she would, because she's a little smarter than both of us, I think.
Right. She'd hire somebody else to do it, probably.
No. What I'm saying is she would kill you or I, because she's smarter than us, with just like making our brain just fry.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah. I see. All right. We see we got Danny Erickson here. Some of the things. Late Brian Wilson.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, but there's a story there with that doctor that was his Svengali.
Right.
And a lot of people think that doctor really screwed that guy up.
So did Brian Wilson have mental health issues?
Oh, completely. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
But, most people that are like on that spectrum of being a genius, he was a genius. I mean, he was a straight up genius.
I was actually doing some studying on Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if a lot of people, I heard Tesla, the car is Tesla. Then I realized, well, there's this.
Oh, Nikolai Tesla is a very, very interesting story. He was up against George Westinghouse, and Tesla believed in alternating current, and Westinghouse was DC direct current. I mean, and they went to battle, and Westinghouse won because he had the money. Tesla didn't. Yeah. Tesla died, by the way, broke and basically almost homeless in New York City.
And apparently, like, he's a real germaphobe too. Like, he didn't want to be around people at all. He was.
Yeah. Again, those kinds of people are a little bit different.
Right. And then there's the whole story with he had some sort of a relationship with his pigeon. There was a pigeon that.
So did Mike Tyson. So be careful there.
Hey, but like you said, you think about it. You're learning more and more about, or I'm learning more and more about people that are considered like these brilliant people around the borderline of.
Oh yeah, there's no question. And, I really enjoy music, and when I was a kid, I was classically trained, and all the classical, not all, but most of the classical composers were a little bit different. Like there's some crazy people. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so how do we accept this? Okay, so because Susan's on the list.
Be a lot of suspects. You're right, Susan.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. All the people that want to take me out. Wow, that's interesting. Good morning, Tommy and Mark. Frank Loretta. Do you know Frank? Do you know Frank?
No.
Is that the first time we heard Frank? I haven't seen his name, I don't think, before.
I think this might be the first. Yeah, but it's good to hear from you. Yeah.
Maybe he heard about killing me and he's wanting to get on the list or something.
Well, maybe, he wants to be the investigative journalist.
I don't want to kill Tom. Teasing him. I know. So he's killing me slowly, right?
Yeah. Well, so there's your third suspect.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, that's right too. And Danny's a master at kind of deflecting, right? Like he's like, we're buddies.
He's a very clever guy.
Right.
Very clever man.
Going to jail is not an option for me unless they would release me to go to Rangers games.
Yeah. That speaks a lot, and that shows you where.
Right.
I'm fine with anything once I get to the game. That's
you know why I'm happy to hear from Susan today, because I was kind of worried. Her guy, Chris Kreider, Mr. Hug Everybody.
Yeah. Well, here's my prediction. I think Marner's going there, right?
Marner's going to go to Anaheim. You think so?
Well, that's a rumor, and I think that would give Kreider a chance to kind of rebirth.
Right.
Because I mean, he, it's kind of a Panarin type player, Marner, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think then after games they'll put the spotlight on Kreider and Marner, they'll be hugging each other like they did here with Savannah?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Right.
So Z is an interesting. What's going to happen with him?
Well, a lot of rumors, more rumors now that he's gone. I think they will try to move him. Apparently, from what I've read, that they really were. Chris Drury is more trying to keep everybody informed of what was going on during the Kreider trade, which I get, because what happened before was that people felt like they weren't involved. I go back to old school where listen, you're a player, players play.
It's part of your job. It's business.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess times have changed, so
Mm.
I'm assuming they've gone to Zibanejad. They have to have.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
you know, you've got the no move clause, so technically you have to sign off on anything if you want to get moved.
I heard
but-
Toronto possibly.
Toronto for Zibanejad?
Yeah.
I guess, you know, if they lose what they were going to spend, the cap dollars are obviously the issue, right?
On Marner. Yeah.
What they're going to spend on Martin, and then what do they do with Tavares, right? So if they, yeah, could be.
Maybe that'd be time for him to return for a year here.
Who's that?
Tavares. Do you think he's got any stuff left in him, or he's at the end?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, the problem with a guy like Tavares is that he's a guy that is a top 6 forward.
Mm.
Is he still a top 6?
Nah.
So now to come to a team and be like a third or fourth line guy,
They don't want to do that.
right? I mean, listen, you look at Marchand with Florida, but he although he's a third line guy, he's not really playing third line minutes, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, man, he's good.
Oh, for a little rat, man, he can play.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I think he's Kenny Linsman, but better player.
Yes, better player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody out there is going to know what Kenny Linsman is.
What a play! Like when he had that one where he brought it through the defenseman's legs and then hammered a stick down. What a play! Like there was so many factors to that play, and then the shot and everything. It was even funny. Like after the play's done, there was a picture. The one defense was laying in the net. Corey Perry's laying in the corner, and there's 4 Edmonton guys around. There's Marchand because he scored. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing because he's going to be like 30 something now, right?
38. Yeah.
He's 38.
Yes, I think.
Wow, I was going to say 36. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see here. Who got her? Magical. Deb. Deb's been cheering. Good morning, Deb.
Good morning.
For the Oilers. I don't know where that came from. I see her doing a lot of stuff like with their.
Well, you don't want to see the East Coast team win, right?
And why is that?
If you're a Rangers fan,
why don't you want to see an East Coast team win?
Because you want to be the East Coast team,
right?
Yeah,
that's true. I'll tell you what, they are the real deal. I'll tell you, like you know what I thought I saw with Edmonton was like Edmonton's. I almost saw with them. They're thinking like Game 5 especially. It doesn't matter what we do because if Florida decides they want to win, they're going to win. It's just they've got that.
Yeah, there's a character.
Yeah,
and they feed off of Maurice.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And I tell you, that's a lot. They really remind me of the Islanders back in the late 70s, early 80s. That same, yeah.
You know, there was not apples to apples, but when my son Sean was playing high school, there was a team that. You know how you got high school, you got like a couple AAA kids, AA, then the rest are all kind of whatever. This team was all like AA plus, but they had right through the lineup. And I think that's what Florida is. They've got some great players, but there's not any drop off. Where Edmonton, you got McDavid, obviously Draisaitl, and a couple guys. Then there's a bit of a drop off.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Florida can roll, like you said with Marchand, can roll any line you want out there. You're fine.
Yeah.
Where Edmonton, I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah, I agree. Let me see here. See Susan's point here. Z has a big contract. He's played last 2 months in TT's. But you know what? And Susan, you're not wrong in what you're saying there. But here's what I've heard actually from your brother. Hey, Tom, did you ever fight Paul Horn? No, thank you.
No, thank you.
That was they're in my weight class, but Susan has a great point. But I think what I heard Larry Brooks actually say and some others is that Chris Drury, and I agree with this, he's not, even if he has to make a lateral move, he wants to change the culture in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So even though, it may say, well, Z can still be good. Okay, that's true. But and I hate to say part of the problem, but because I don't see him as a problem guy.
No.
What to change more the mentality that's gone on in the past, you know.
Well, to that point, you know, I've read and heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, that may or may not be true, but they're looking to make Trocheck and Miller kind of the leading voice in the room right now.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't know Trocheck. Is he that kind of guy? I don't really know.
I don't think he's he's a big talker. And again, I don't think he's a very good player. But I don't think he's he's not a dominant guy.
Right.
Whereas JT Miller has that ability. The thing is, you got to be careful. JT Miller, his reputation, anyways, and I don't know the guy. He can rub people the wrong way, because he's so competitive. Like there's videos of him in Vancouver where they had a penalty called against the opposition. He's got the puck, and the goalie didn't leave the net. So he brings the puck behind the net, and he's banging a stick in the back of the net, get out of the net. Which,
you know what? But look, when Trouba got pissed off and it got a positive reaction out of the club.
well, no, I agree.
You know, I mean, there's a time and place for that. Yeah, for sure.
But you know what, too, and I know you know this. You got to have the guys like the Miller that's the leader like that. But then you have to have people that follow, right? Because he can be the leader all day long, but if people aren't going to follow through. And I think that's why you look back at the 94 team with Messier being the leader. And then people
Adam
like
Graves.
Yes. He was fantastic. You hate to see follower more like that follow-up kind of guy. Like if Messier said something, it was Graves that followed up with that.
And Miller, what's going to happen with Keandre? I mean, there's a lot of chatter over the weekend. He's gone.
Yeah. And again, I think that's one of those ones that, I mean, even if you get a guy that's just the same, like a good player, it's just a change in the mentality.
I think it would be good for him, I think.
Yes. Great point. And I think that's the thing with Kreider. If Zibanejad got traded and Miller, they may be disappointed. The fans may be disappointed to lose them, but it would be better for the players.
Again, we've discussed Seth Jones, who's kind of a similar kind of player.
Yep.
You know, he kind of had some tough times in Columbus. And where was he before that? I forget.
He's in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's really blossomed. I mean, he's playing really well.
He came up as a guy that was going to be like a superstar. Kind of lost his way a little bit there in Chicago, and now.
I forgot about Chicago. Yeah.
Let me see here. Debbie. Let's see, Canadian team cut the shit since the Rangers aren't to be. Go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, did you happen to see Gary Bettman was on on the TNT panel with Gretzky, the Biz, Instant Carter, and Henrik Lundqvist, and the subject came up about the tax or non-state tax in places like Texas, Florida, and Bissonnette was really pushing the fact that you're ever going to do anything to change that.
Right.
And Bettman really, in a funny way, you can tell their buddies, but really kind of jumped on him and said, players don't make the decision where they go based on tax dollars. It's like, well, but Gary, if you're going to make, let's say you're going to be a $14 million a year guy, and there's a 8% tax difference. I mean, that's what, like over $1 million a year that you're leaving on the table. I mean, it could be that, okay, I'm going to make 14 instead of, it's going to cost me $1 million to play one place. Still a lot of money. But if everything else is equal, I'm going where I'm saving $1 million. Right. Yeah.
Well, it happened in basketball. The Miami Heat. When they had their run, it was all the guys, Shaq and those guys went there because of the tax. No tax.
Oh, totally. Yeah. The great Barry Shelley is back.
There's my man.
Morning, man. I like that. Who we got here? Is this a new follower? Chris Casanova. Oh, man. Look at that name. Casanova.
I like it. Yeah. I'll bet the tax. Biz.
So Chris thinks that Biz is crazy for taking that on. I actually think he raises a good point. I don't know if I don't think it's, like we said, I don't think it's that huge a deal. Well, but you look at like a guy like Steven Stamkos, the same with Tampa. So this is 4 or 5 years ago now. Yes, you want to stay, great place, great team, chance to win cups, all that kinds of stuff. But he took less money to stay in Tampa than he would have got someplace else,
right?
Because of the tax difference, right? So,
And I think it depends where you are in your career too, because if you're at the end, you want to kind of. This might be my last go around.
Yeah, you
got to make sure I get it all.
Yeah, like Stamkos is a good example where he won his cups, got a family, go to Nashville. Was it perfect? No, it didn't work out really, or it hasn't worked out so far. But he's got a family he's got to take care of. What do we got here? Can we kill this idea of Atlanta? I don't think we can. I think.
Yeah, what is up with that? They're. Again.
I know.
Well, they say that the Thrashers have really, really bad ownership.
Yes, they did. Mike Jume Don Waddell was the president. He started that team there. So
correct. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they started. It was more they were fighting about. All the owners were fighting about the basketball team and who's going to win. So the hockey team got dragged into it. So it really never had a chance.
The arena there is what is it, Phillips?
Yeah, it's downtown.
Really cool arena.
Yeah. The problem is, I guess, so everybody lives out of town. They come into the city to work,
and then they go home. There's a lot of
Right. So now the idea is they're going to build a new arena out more in the suburbs someplace.
So there was an energy drink the guys were drinking back then, Balls. It's BAWLS.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
And so the visiting locker room attendant comes over and he says to this guy, Bruce, who was our massage dude, he goes, "You guys need anything?" He goes, "Yeah, I need can you get me a tray of ice to put our balls on?" I'm like, I swear to God. With a W.
Hold on here. We got a birthday wish going out to biggest fans, Cindy Winters, Siaglu.
Well, happy birthday.
Is that a Greek name? Where are we putting that name? Greek?
Could be Italian also. Could be anything. It's very ethnic, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not like it's Italian. It could be Italian,
yeah.
What do we got going on here with Chris Castellano? It says all three local teams look like they play a different sport. Oh, is that true? It is the standard, right? And you know what? Sometimes people say, well, it's a copycat league. I've heard this statement before. So teams are going to want to be like Florida, but Florida isn't unique. This is like the winning formula has been like that for 100 years.
For a long time. Yeah. I think you made a good point. Did you compare them earlier to the Islanders?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. I mean, strong up the middle.
Yeah.
And
that mentality too, where they grind it and grind it,
right.
And keep on going. Yeah. Even if they lost, it didn't change much. They kept on going. Yeah. Let me see here. Can New Yorkers take care of Carrie Tennessee here about Kreider? So I guess that's a Anaheim fan out there. Oh no, it's Ron Jameson in Buffalo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ron. Yeah.
Oh no, that's right, because he is a Western New York guy, Kerry Terrence. That's what.
Oh, is he? Okay, good.
Up in Buffalo. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are a couple guys from Buffalo.
Yeah, there's Buffalo's.
There was a Marchant with a T. Todd was his name, I think.
Yeah, Marchant. Yes.
Yeah. He was from Buffalo.
The Oilers, good little skater and all that. Yeah.
I don't know where I pulled that one out.
That's good. Right out of the game. What does Chris got going here? If the Oilers had a goalie, oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I was surprised they didn't do is go and try to get somebody like Jonathan Quick. I know the Rangers didn't want to lose him, but give the Rangers something that, geez, we don't want to lose him, but he's like a second round pick or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be forever. It's like 1 or 2 more years. And then you're right. Like if they had a goaltender, they'd won 2 cups already. Yeah. Good point. Oh, hold on here. Hold on. A little dig towards us already. Hello, ladies. He's not talking to us, right? Because he already said hello to us.
I think he's talking to the ladies.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I thought that was maybe I get a little sensitive, I guess. Okay. So Deb jumped in there. Yeah.
Deb just may be saving us, actually.
That's true. Because Deb is that way. Like she's very intelligent.
Yeah. She might have caught that at the pass.
Right. So she wanted to not have any kind of
right. Any question.
Right.
Who Ron's talking to.
The other confrontation. Yeah. Did you see a couple of things? Elon Musk is coming up with a new phone, the Pi phone and the Pi Pad. Have you seen this?
No.
So the Pi Pad, I guess, will have like a solar capability in it. And then the phone, but they're all going to be priced like around under $300, I think.
Really?
And they're all going to use Starlink, so there's no monthly subscription like you pay.
Really? When is this? When do we sign up for that?
Late 25, early 26, they're saying.
Really? Yeah. Because I think these new iPhones are like,
how much? $1,500. Yeah.
No, more than that. I heard it's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And they make them for like $40 or something like that too. I don't know. I saw some video where they were talking about that.
Oh. Yeah, that's another whole thing.
Yeah. What's the other one too? Now the Orange Man. What do we think of the? We like a lot of stuff he's doing, like the parade and everything. Like part of me likes, okay, you're honoring the military.
Well, it was the 250th anniversary of the Army,
right?
And in October will be the 250th anniversary of the Navy, so they'll probably do the same. Okay. And next year is 250 years of the country.
Right. So but it was like $40 or $50 million. But I heard that he had other people donate the money for the 40 or 50.
Mostly corporate sponsorship. Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit silly to get upset about it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
let's not forget 2 years ago we had Biden with that. Remember the evil red background and all that when he was when Biden gave a speech, he was screaming at us, and the background was really like creepy. It was red and it was kind of ominous.
So we had the parade, we had the shooting in Minnesota, we had the No Kings things. It's almost like now all the stuff going on in California has been forgotten about. Like,
But yeah, I mean, the news cycle used to be 3 days. Now it's like 3 minutes.
I know.
It's just I don't even watch anymore.
Yeah. Let me see here.
How about? Well, I know you're not a golf fan, but the U.S. Open had a very interesting. So the U.S. Open is one of the majors, and every year it's the same. They make that course virtually impossible, even for those guys to play.
Oh,
So
really?
like, yeah, so like some years, the cut on Saturday, when they cut, so you got Thursday, Friday, then there's a cut,
Right.
Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes, like I think this year's cut line was like +6 or +7
Right.
over par. That's how difficult they set the course up.
Okay.
And so yesterday was a final day, and then it started pouring rain. I mean, you see it. The guy would drive the ball, and the ball would hit, and you just see splash.
Right.
But it had an interesting end. A guy, a young man from L.A., not a big name, and he won it.
It's
Pretty
like
cool.
a big putt or something, right? He won, right?
Yeah, it was a crazy putt too, because it had to go up and then kind of bend over to the right. It was really a wild shot, but it was a lot of fun.
So, do we consider the golfers athletes? Is it?
Was it? Yeah, I was talking about this with somebody. Was it you maybe the other day?
We talked about it before. Yeah.
But I don't know if it was here or just when we were talking on the phone. But yeah, for sure. I mean, their eye-hand coordination is incredible. Yeah, we did. We talked about bowling and all that.
That's
But
right.
we decided that poker is not like
That's right.
you go out the door running. We go, I got a poker game. I got to get my cardio up.
Now, I would not put this up here unless it came from a veteran. I think it's pretty funny. Submarine parade.
Yeah, well, one of the, I forget his name, one of the SEALs was talking about like it was a great parade yesterday. Wait for the Navy parade in October. It's gonna be a lot better. Well, I tell you, it's funny too because before COVID, I was coaching boxing up at West Point, and so earlier in that same day, I had Bill Brown, Navy SEAL swim and all that, and then I go up to West Point, and then you go to the athletic training center. And everywhere you turn, all you see is beat Navy, beat Navy, beat Navy.
Right.
Yeah. So
What
pretty competitive between those two services.
do you think the military guys thought of that? They had the march in the parade.
They loved it. Yeah.
Oh, you think they did?
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's a Sunday, and they just go for like a 20-mile walk or something.
Well, whatever it was. Yeah. I mean, but this has been prepared in preparation for a long time. But yeah, recruitment levels right now are at an all-time high.
Right.
For the military.
Okay, so but Sunday, like you're saying, they were happy to get all dressed up in their uniforms and go for a walk.
Yeah. Yeah. You go in front of the president of the United States. It's a big thing. You're on television. Yeah. Where's your patriotism?
Oh, I love my patriotism, but I'm thinking, no, it's a good point because you raise a great point. It's like, okay, how much? I guess I'm getting in this mood like we're wasting money on things again, but I guess 40 or 50.
Well, listen, again, a lot of it was corporate sponsorship, and unfortunately, and this is a terrible thing to say, but $40 or $50 million in Washington's cup of coffee.
I know it's lunchtime, right?
Yeah. I mean, let's not get into that part of where money goes.
I know. Barry Shelley, I did not see this. Did you see the second over there? It was called back to the final. See, go ahead. It's back turning net. Wow. Now, who's at fault for that? I blame the centerman for him not being.
Yeah. Should have stepped out.
Yeah. Winning a few. Yeah, because look, here's Susan down here. Get to fight with Susan. That was crazy. But what was the ref doing? Don't they check that? No, see that Susan. It's not the ref's job. It's the centerman's job. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, once the linesman's looking this way too. He's not looking at the goaltender.
And it's really not his job to make sure the other players are ready.
No, well, they always go like this, ready. So you're supposed to be ready.
Yeah.
Just like in fighting, man, protect yourself at all times.
Right. So do we say that Susan's wrong here then? Is that
no? I would never. Susan's never wrong. It's just her perspective is different.
So,
and she's probably right.
I might go as far. Like I don't like to do this. I don't like to stir the pot this way. But I might go as far to say that Susan is incorrect in her stance.
There's a chance on this one she might be.
Right. Not that it's trying to stir the pot.
It's not conclusive either way.
Right. Okay. Father's Day, hang out with the boys at all? Your sons? How?
Yeah. So we, Beth and I went and met the boys, and with my older son was with his fiance, and we had a really nice brunch. It was great. It was awesome. I mean, except the weather. What's with this weather?
Okay.
Man.
Here's my theory. Put the tinfoil hat on, okay?
Okay.
There's a couple of years ago where the same thing was happening in Boston. Every weekend was rainy for like whatever it was, 10 weekends in a row.
Right.
Cloud seeding. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, no, that's a real thing.
Yeah. It's a patented process. It's not like
right? That's a real thing.
But like, did you kind of give me, was that a fake cough there?
No,
I thought maybe you get like your
No. I'll make it more dramatic when it's fake.
Okay, so what would be the motivation then to have?
I have no idea. Just to drive us into a deeper depression. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty. Like this weekend's looking good, but they always start off that way. Yeah, because I got a charity event Saturday, and then Sunday the Dominator's birthday.
The Dominator.
Yeah, so I train. I've been training this guy for probably 15 some odd years. He was a NYPD for 16 years. Now he's a federal agent, and now his first son, is it's his 6th birthday coming up. On Sunday they're having a party, but his name is Dominic, so we call him the Dominator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I even got him a shirt that says the Dominator with boxing gloves on it. So, when we first started calling him that, his mom heard about it and thought it was cute, and she said in the house, like, I guess she was getting something out of it. Hey, what's up, Dominator? You can't call me that.
Oh,
he says only the guys.
Oh,
so Saturday, the owner of the gym, he was a great guy, Mike. He says to Dominic, because he knew his birthday was going. How old are you? He goes, still 5. It was great. It was tremendous. Still 5.
That is good. Yeah. I like when you got an attitude like that. Yeah. What we got going on here? The Rangers really stuck as far as improving the roster? Nope. I don't think they're stuck at all. I think they've they can't be stuck really. They've got to look and say we've got Igor Shesterkin in net. With a player like that, you've got a certain window, and you can't look at that as a rebuild. So it's got to be they want to change the culture of the team. There's no question. But
so I plead ignorance because the West Coast is a mystery to me. They've been talking about sound like a Russian defenseman from the Kings.
Yeah. I don't know him that well either, but for some reason it seems like that's kind of a target there. He's going to be available. He's a free agent.
And I was shocked. I didn't think Miller was. I didn't realize he logged the most minutes of all of D.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too.
Yeah, I would have thought it was Fox.
Yeah. Well, and that's going to be the thing, right? Because you better get a lot for him. What's interesting too? They talked about how Drury has hardly made any like big trades in the Eastern Conference. He's made a couple of smaller ones, but all of it, like obviously bigger trades to Anaheim and everything. And some GMs like that, they don't want to play against those players they trade away. I do think you got to be careful. Yeah, because then you're limiting yourself to have to leave.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like that because obviously, I hate to put it, but you're giving up on one guy and you want the other guy. So you always think you're getting a better deal.
Right. But in this case, though, I will defend him here in saying that, like, if it is accurate, it's been reported that he's saying even if it's a lateral move, right? Even if the player's just good, even if I don't believe I'm improving my team skill wise, I need to change the culture on my team. So, like, if that's the case, like with K'Andre Miller,
that's the only time you do a lateral move if it's a character thing or you think that for whatever reason you need that guy. But it's been a lot of moves. I mean, even the Bruins when they made the trade with New York, and it was Vadnais and Espo for
Jean Rattel
and Carol Vadnais. And I think Joe wasn't there. Joe Zanuzzi, was he part of that deal?
I can't remember. It was Jean Rattel going to Boston.
I think Boston got Joe Zanuzzi.
Brad Park.
As well.
No, it was Brad
I'm sorry, Brad Park. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Last player to wear number 2 before. Actually, he was not the last player to wear number 2 before me. Jocelyn Gouverman wore it for about like 10 games. Like Josh Gouverman.
Yeah, it's another guy.
Yeah, I know. Josh Gouverman.
Yeah. LA King. They had some of the best names. They really did.
Yeah. Juha Viding. Wasn't Juha Viding playing?
Yeah, Sheldon Kanigieser.
That's right. Too. Oh, man.
And then, well, the Seals has some good Morris Titanic.
Yes.
Right?
That was good.
Yeah.
How about
Len Frigg.
did you hear the new rumor? This is a new scoop to us, never been heard before. Barbara Walters, who was the famous interviewer, she had some kind of speech impediment, right? A lisp.
She did a little bit, yeah, something. Yeah.
And she had been dating Robin Bawa, was a former player in the NHL. He was an Indian or like Pakistan or something like that.
Something, yeah.
But because of her speech impediment, they felt they couldn't get married because she would have been known as Barbara Bawa.
That would have been an issue for sure.
Right. So they canceled the wedding. Yeah. That's a newsflash here. Nobody else has ever heard that. That's new.
Well, you remember Dr. Ruth, right?
Yes, Dr. Ruth. Yes.
Do you know she and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar were an item at one point?
Yes, I do remember that.
He was nuts over her.
Oh, nice. That was good. Have you ever seen those videos? I think I sent it to you with the AI generated videos of the kids.
Oh yeah, they're great.
They're telling the bad dad jokes and everything.
Yeah, they're great.
And it was funny, like the laughing after, like they're covering.
Yeah.
I can watch it over and over. Those.
Some of that stuff is great. It really is.
Oh yeah, there is. Much as AI can be scary, but there's some stuff out there.
Yeah.
We also got the aliens doing jokes too, like the aliens.
Oh yeah.
It's funny how I think it's more men can find humor in those stupid things.
Oh,
right?
we're still in high school for sure.
Oh, totally. They're more stupid at this.
Yeah. There's still a place for Three Stooges in our world.
Oh no, I'm kidding. What is this name here? Dave.
Oh yeah, he was at California Golden Seal as well.
Oh, was that? I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they had a couple of weird names. Len Frigg. They had Hua Whiting. Remember him?
You have eating.
Veeing. Yeah, you said it properly.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about Hock and Lube?
I'm hocking a lube.
Oh God!
I'll tell you what, he was a hell of a player though.
He's good.
Calgary Flames.
Yeah. Man, that poor kid in the locker room though.
Oh yeah. Well, you played probably with him, and this was the best name ever. It's Pear Juice.
Pear Juice. I didn't play with him, but I remember him.
Pear Juice. Yeah.
Playfair, Lindy Ruff.
Yeah, they were partners. Yeah. And then you had Bart Crashley. That's a good hockey name.
Bart Crashley.
That's a real good hockey name right there.
Yeah, I do like. What was the goalie that came in for Edmonton? What was his name? Not Skinner was the first guy.
Oh, the guy that played the other night.
Yeah.
Pickard. What was it?
Yeah, Pickard, Calvin Pickard.
Yeah, Picard. Picard.
I like the sound of that name, Calvin Pickard. Like, right?
It sounds kind of strong. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a cowboy. Yeah. Get off that horse there. Get in the net.
Yeah.
Calvin
Pickard. Get off the horse.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. But
Hockaloo was a rough one. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Well, we have to drop everything right now. Okay. Keith Morrell, good morning, studs. Good mornings.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's a legend himself, actually, Keith. We were talking about this morning.
Right.
Yeah. Because we're both going to do the Seal Swim Barge this year. Well, on the barge, because he's one of my main guys, or is the main guy. And we're going to have the shirts off because we're both on a getting ripped protocol right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of getting ripped, I know you've been doing this for a long time. I'm getting into the kettlebells a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing more studying on it. I know you know this. All the different exercises you can do. And you can get ripped just on doing kettlebell.
Oh yeah. Right. And it's true of anything. I mean, any kind of going back quite a while ago, but I used to take like a half a dozen pro fighters to the college.
Right.
And I got different. You got a heavyweight, you got a welterweight, you got this, and I give them their boulder for the summer based upon their. Seriously, I'm not making this up. Not a boulder, but a rock based upon.
I would doubt you. Do you think I would ever doubt you?
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everybody else.
People, the masses.
The masses. Anyhow, so we would do a series of. I get so excited about this.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good. I like it. Enthusiasm.
Hard to contain my excitement.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we would do across the soccer field, overhead tosses, side tosses, all this stuff. It's a hard workout, actually. Yeah. So my point is, any kind of weight, whether it's a kettlebell, a dumbbell, or a.
Oh, we lost Mark there. He's such a busy man, probably. Maybe he was getting into secrets, like state secrets or something like that. So, hold on, just we'll go over some names here too. Oh, there he is. He's outside.
I think I blew the circuits. I got two worked.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. That's good. We like it.
I got two worked out.
We like it.
But anyhow, yeah. So,
So yeah, anytime you're doing a rock or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so kettlebells are great.
Why do we get such a good workout with the kettlebells? It's because like you're extending your arms and you're incorporating your core and stuff. Is
Yeah,
that
a
what it
lot
is?
of yeah, exactly. Most of the movements you're doing are multi-muscle, multi-joint movements,
Right.
and requires a lot of coordination. So you're gonna be a little bit athletic, but also your nervous system's got to really follow some unique patterns that we don't. It's not like a squat is a pretty. It's a dynamic movement,
Right.
but there's not a lot of motion,
Right.
right? And so you're not fighting weight pulling in and out from you, and you're not working a lot of that type of core stuff.
Right. Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, squats a tremendous movement to a point. But anyhow, yeah, kettlebells are tremendous. Really good stuff.
Oh, rip shot, man. You can just
Yeah.
feel like if you really, I've been trying to do as much as I can on the balance board too. So doing those, like the kind of stuff that,
All I have here is I have a 50-pound kettlebell. I'm sorry, two 50-pound kettlebells, two 30-pound, and then a couple dumbbells. That's all I use.
man. And I mean this in a very good way. With a 50-pound kettlebell, that's a heck of a workout. I mean,
Yeah, so I do it like a squat into a high pull. So
Right.
it's a compound movement. So you get a lot of stuff.
I'm sorry to interrupt you on that one. I did see one they called it related to Russia somehow. That movement where you do the squat up to here, but then they extend it beyond your head too. Have you seen that?
Yeah, you can do all that. I just can't because of my shoulders. But
I know.
yeah.
I know. And that's that. I hate to admit this. So I've been getting into the kettlebell. I've been doing more of it. Then I get done like the next day. I realize, oh, I'm 67. Right.
You know what though? Here's a better way to look at it. And this is the way I look at it. There's a lot of stuff I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
It's not the age. It's what
Yeah.
transpired all those years.
Yeah.
But what I can do, I still go as hard as I can.
Say it again.
So there's a lot I can't do, but what I can do, I still go as hard as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. And part of the issue for me is too when I really believe when I'm doing the good kettlebell exercises, it's also stretching you out and everything too, right? You're working all.
Well, yeah, it really. There's a guy.
Here's the thing that I forget. Then I go home and then I get on the iPad or something. Now my head's down. So
catch myself doing that as well.
Then
So I'm trying to when I sit on a couch now, I get a bunch of pillows so that so I'm not like this all day. Again, what they call tech neck.
Yeah, because if you sit there, like after you've worked out and you sit there,
it's terrible for you.
Yeah, you sit there for 20 minutes. Your neck is like screwed. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me see. Tom's former regimen for getting ripped was downing several Budweiser. Oh, no, it wasn't Budweiser. It was usually Coronas or something, but that was, yeah.
I remember having a Coors, and that used to be like a big beer. All of a sudden, Coors
Light was a big thing.
Yeah.
But it was cheating, right? Like you could drink like 20 Coors Light.
Water.
Yeah. Yeah. What else did you do on the weekend? It was Father's Day yesterday.
Saturday, I trained some law enforcement guys, and took that. It's date night now. Saturday night. I decided. I said, listen, we're going to go out for dinner.
So, like, is every Saturday night going to be date night, or
I'm going to try and keep it going? Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. I give you a hard time. Are you going to do it or not? We don't try here, right? Are you going to do it or you're not?
You're correct. It's full steam ahead. We're going to every Saturday night.
Okay. So now have you, this is kind of a relationship thing.
Yeah.
So have you taken charge on this and told Beth, okay, we're going to do date night, or is this something that you negotiated or asked?
No, and she's happy for it, but I decided, you know what?
Right. Because women do want that sometimes. They want the man.
Open the car door, the whole bit.
Right. So you say, honey, I love you. Saturday night's going to be our date night. And she goes, yes, sir. That's it.
At the door already.
Right. Good. And then
we unfortunately had someone we know, someone passed away probably too early than they should have. And I started walking down the stairs and she's in the office and I said, you know, Beth, I could go at any time. And then I'll hear, yeah, because I'm going to smother you. And then, then I just.
Come on, she actually said that?
Oh, yeah. She's very quick. And then I said something like, and then she says to the dog, I can hear her. He's still talking to himself, trying to convince him he's going to die of natural causes.
Okay, hold on. Are you? I need to ask you one thing. Are you prepared? Are you prepared
to be the last breath?
I think are you prepared for something that I don't know if we dream about it, we think will it happen? It's happened before.
No one's ever prepared.
Right. So you don't. So this is going to be like a surprise to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on here. Oh, here we go. Tracy Murray. Oh, wow. You're 67. What the? And hi, Mark.
Hey, Tracy.
Okay. So,
Congratulations to your daughter, by the way.
oh, that's right. She
Yeah.
graduated. Her daughter graduated. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, okay. As we must do, right? We have to do this. Wow, you're 67 with the question mark. Is that like a compliment saying,
Yeah. Oh,
Are
yeah.
you-
She's like, to be that jacked and still
Right.
ruggedly handsome
okay,
at your age. Yeah.
okay. So it's not, geez, you're old. Like,
There's part of that.
right. Oh, okay. Hold on. Now she comes. So we have nothing from Tracy for weeks. Now we have back-to-back messages here.
Yeah. I like it.
Imagine this late like give a relationship. Now that
That's
is
good.
oh,
Yeah.
and that's one of my
Wait,
favorite.
I gotta watch this later. I gotta screenshot that. That's awesome.
You know what? And so Tracy's got a few gems that she uses repeatedly.
Yeah.
Stop the madness could be
That's
one
an
of
awesome one. I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop the madness. Oh God.
We might as well just end the show now because we can't do it.
Seriously, you know what?
Yeah.
It's all downhill. Like if
It's
we
downhill. Yeah.
we can't top that.
That was great.
Oh, stop the madness. What else is going on in the world? So we discussed briefly the whole Iran and
Let's talk.
Israel.
How about we try this? What's going good in the world?
Going on good in the world. Okay.
Yeah.
What's going good in the world?
And it's hard to think of something because
I
you
know.
watch the news. They don't
I
tell you.
know. Like I was saying, I can look at my
Yeah.
phone, look at the newspaper. I can't look
Yeah.
at it. There's nothing.
There's nothing in there.
Gotta be something good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I like that. The Musk news is tremendous. I mean, think about that. What's going to do for a lot of people?
Yeah.
Who can't afford to spend $1,500 for a stupid phone, or the couple $100 a month for all your different connections and everything like that.
you see, he's got like 7,000 satellites up in space for
Mhm.
Starlink. So
Yeah.
he's got the world basically covered.
Well,
Here's something good. Apparently in Iran, they shut down the internet so the citizens can't speak. I guess he started the Starlink
Yeah.
system. Yeah.
and during the tragic event that happened in Asheville, North Carolina, they had no way to communicate, and he got Starlink there
Right.
like real quick.
Do you think he's kind of regretting that he got involved in the whole Doge thing? Do you think it turns?
No. I think, look, anytime you get two men like Trump and Musk
Right.
together, they're never going to be co-equal because they're both in their
Yeah.
own way very
Yeah.
similar but very different.
Right.
And it was bound to, but it's all that a lot of
Yeah.
that is,
I don't believe. Yeah, there was a little bit of a scam there too.
yeah, it might have been, yeah. And I think this is just my personal opinion. It was kind of orchestrated to get the heat off of him.
Get the heat off.
Musk with all the protests and burning
Right.
his cars and everything.
Right.
Because we all know that's the proper way to respond.
I know. He's an amazing man, though. I'll tell you.
Oh God, yeah.
And I'm sure you're aware of this too. After reading all this stuff, he's kind of building his own ecosystem, right? Like the power, the solar panels,
He wants to go to Mars like tomorrow.
yeah. So the idea is that the phones and the computers will all be, the iPads will now be all tied. You can now control everything that he has. I guess he's got kitchen appliances and all that kind of stuff he's coming out with. So you
Well,
can
yeah,
control
I mean, and we've seen it within the past, I don't know, couple decades, how rapid the transformation in technology has become, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago. Like I remember a guy at a party saying now we own two beeper companies. He was all proud, and then 6 months later, beepers were replaced by the.
Man, you think about that. If he can come up with a phone and a Pi phone and a Pi Pad
Yeah,
that are like less than $300, and there's no monthly subscription fee.
exactly.
Man, if it can really operate, they say with the iPad or the Pi Pad, the screen can actually fix itself too if there's a scratch on it. There's some
Really?
technology they got, yeah. And he's got that whatever it's called where you put something in your brain.
iLink or something.
Yeah. So you can control the phone and the Pi Pad with your
Just
brain.
looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if you forget what you're thinking about?
Or
And upset.
The way- I mean, I guess think of some of the things that goes on in your brain.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You want that coming
It's
up on
your
the
iPad.
screen?
That could be dangerous. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Jeez. The porn.
That's what that just all the other retarded things that go through our heads.
Oh, I know. You can just now look at the screen and that's hilarious.
That's
Seriously.
not good. Yeah, that's
The
gonna be
fact-
dangerous.
You think of some of the people out there that stuff that they think about.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh,
Some of the people. What about us?
no, I know. Oh, hold on here. Hold on. Tracy's now participating. We cannot pass up the opportunity. Tracy's participating. What's good is Layla uses kettlebells and gives dating advice. Oh, yeah.
They're kind of one and the same, right? Aren't they?
Oh.
Don't they go like they dovetail together? Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, I do recall that wasn't there a kettlebell dating show or something, or a dating app?
Really? The kettlebell date? Oh, you're making that up? Okay. That's what we should make up. Yeah, the kettlebell date.
Why not? Yeah.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, Barry. And we love Barry. But so I need to give it to you. You had so much to show just for being here. Barry.
Hey, listen, don't fight it. If that's how the people feel, they're only going with what's right.
Right. Now, I didn't get a chance to put this up on the screen, but Ira Matthew had not been participating in the show at all. Saw Tracy. Now he's diving in there as well. Ira Matthew. Hi there. Happy Father's Day. Oh.
Yeah, it's just like you remember Carson when he'd have certain guests on,
right?
And the ratings would be through the roof,
right?
Same thing.
But Tracy said that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, so Barry Shelley, thanks, my love. Thanks, my love. Oh, you think she could ever bring herself to say that? Thanks, Tom. Or thanks, my Barry.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But see, in all honesty, that's a love-hate thing going on.
He does this.
Yeah, she loves to hate it.
So I'm fine expressing my feelings, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm mature and all that kind of stuff. Tracy's having a hard time expressing her feelings. Is that what it is?
No, I think she's pretty clear.
That was good. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, that's funny. Hi, Tracy. We missed you. It was like All in the Family without Archie. Danny, I did not say that. I just popped on the screen. So basically, you're saying that Tracy is like an old man wearing the white beater T-shirts.
That's stained.
Couch. Very racist, and like that. So the racist Tracy.
Nah, I don't think that's I think he meant the straw that stirs the.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, yeah. That's it. Right. Yeah. So, hold on here. What we got there? Tracy's going. I'm as transparent as they come. Okay, so let's go through the psychological thing here. The capitalization.
Yeah.
Do I use the term capitalization correctly there?
That's it. Yeah.
Right. Transparent. So she's accentuating the fact that she's transparent. But is that like trying, because there's like men buy expensive cars because they have small penises? Is Tracy trying to make up for some lack of being transparent?
No, I think what she's saying is just that whatever she sees, that's how it's going to come out.
Right. Okay. Do you think she's making up for some lack of something?
No, she's going to tell you the truth.
Right.
And not be concerned about how you react to it.
Right.
Which is the way it should be.
Right. Or that's what she wants to be, but she's really not that. So that's why she makes she's capitalizing transparency.
Well, it could be. I mean, she's maybe dancing the dance.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe she's been getting help for her lack of transparency because she wants to be transparent. And that's why we haven't seen her lately. And now she's coming back with this new transparent Tracy. Yeah. So we call it trans Tracy. Call it trans Tracy.
TT.
Yeah, trans Tracy. Yeah, TT.
TT. Yeah.
She's a trans Tracy. Oh God.
Don't go there.
Oh, well, we mean transparent. Why? What else would you? Right.
Today's,
right. Oh, this is good here. She's not racist. She hates everyone. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one.
Yeah. So I did a great event on Saturday at.
What'd you do?
Yeah, we were at. Hold on here 1 second. We were at the Ice Hutch in Mount Vernon, and we were. Do you remember a woman, Sophie Gerson?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
She's a politician about a year ago. She started a foundation where it was to help kids who wouldn't have an opportunity to try new things physically, basically. Wow. So they put on a hockey clinic. I think it was a few weeks they put it on. And so they had a thing. It was kind of like the finale for it on Saturday. So a lot of kids, I guess, which way, kids who were homeless and everything, they got the equipment, skates. They'd never skated.
Wow.
So it was really cool seeing them because they were open talking. They were great kids talking about how they couldn't skate when it first started. Now they were had a little scrimmage and everything.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, it was cool to be a part of it. So it was
Very cool. That's great stuff.
yeah, it is right. It's one we've talked about this before. When you go to those things, you feel like, man, first
You realize.
yeah, a couple of things you realize my problems aren't really that big. Secondly, you're helping some other people. So yeah. Okay, here we go again. I'm all girl, Tracy says. Now again, maybe, possibly, I'm reading too much into it.
Maybe.
Right? Maybe. I'm trying to be open here with the whole transparency thing. The girl part. Now she's accentuating the girl part.
Well, because you had maybe surreptitiously alluded to the fact that the trans may have been a different utilization of that term.
Oh, I didn't realize I'd done that.
Yeah.
Huh.
See, this is the problem. There's a communication problem between you and Tracy.
Right.
Tracy, think like for me and Tom, small words,
Right.
short sentences.
Yeah, something big. Like here's when it's going to really mess us up. Stick to your day job and quit trying to psychoanalyze. Oh, is psychoanalyze one word, or should it not be like a hyphenation there?
No, it's one word. Yeah.
Just one word. Psychoanalyze.
What is your day job? Well, I don't even know what mine is.
It's like a psychoanalyzer myself.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
But self-talk is very important.
Self-talk, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That just sounded really Jersey.
A young girl, 16-year-old hockey player, was helping coach there. She wants to go to college, and she said, "Oh, I'm not good enough. I'll probably go Division II or Division III." I said, "No. Here's what you're going to do. What school would you like to go to? Forget about whether you think you can or not." She said, "Boston College." I said, "You're going to go home. You're going to write a letter to the coach. Say, Coach, I'm going to be coming and playing at your university, whatever, put a date on it or whatever." The coach is going to remember that and going, "Who is this girl?" And now here's I'm sure you agree with this. Now psychologically, you have put it out there that you're not just going to try. You have told yourself, "I'm going to do it."
Yeah.
I love that stuff, man.
Yeah, but so years ago, a friend of mine went over to fight in Europe.
Right.
And he was at the time 16. He's fighting a guy that won a silver medal in the Olympics. It was amateur boxing.
Right.
And when he was getting his hands wrapped, he looked at his trainer, said, "You're not stopping me. Referee's not stopping me."
I think you told me the story.
Yeah. And then he did his business. Yeah.
Right.
So let me ask you this whole thing, the girl thing, right? In capital letters.
Yeah, capitalizing.
Yeah. How do you feel about the NHL? And I think I know the answer, but with women coming into the coaching, in the NHL, I think it's a great thing. I mean, there's no reason.
Right. I just hope, and again, I'm just hoping. I'm not. Will players respect them as much? Right. Like take for what they say.
But I think because the Rangers have a young lady who she's the sister of somebody, another hockey player.
Yeah.
And she's either a sports psychologist or sports scientist, or she's working with the club.
I remember when we had Laura Stam. Remember Laura Stam?
Of course.
I
went to Russia with her.
Yeah, legendary skating coach, right? So Herbert's first year, my second year in the league, he brought her in, and I remember our first thought was, "Oh God, some woman's coming in to teach me." Like I needed, I didn't need help skating. And then once she got going, she was so knowledgeable. The whole idea of
you forgot about it. You're just listening.
Yeah,
we had here when I was a kid, Barbara Horan. By the way, she just turned 90. Her and her husband retired. They're living. He pitched for the Atlanta Braves, and they're living down in Carolina. But she just turned 90. But remember how, I don't know how it was up by you, but the key for the locker room would be on a piece of little 2x4, something like that. This long. Well, she'd come up behind you. If your stride wasn't right,
smack you.
Whoa. Yeah, but you know what? Tremendous teacher. Yeah. And so happy birthday, Barbara.
Yeah.
90 years old. Yeah.
We also had a woman who was would teach us stretching too, like all the yoga and stuff and everything.
Yes.
But
yeah, well, here's the problem with that.
Yeah.
And did a thing with Bill Brown, right? For a hockey program.
Right.
And we did our thing, and they brought a young girl in to do the yoga. But these kids were all like high school, and they were not paying attention to a word. Because she was really very attractive young lady. So you run into that. Can you imagine a bunch of idiot junior players?
I know.
Yeah.
Bad enough. NHL players are bad enough. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh God,
God.
that would be just sheer bedlam.
Let me see what Barry Shelley has to say here. That's Price Tomlin has to talk about poop since Tracy showed up. And Barry, I'm glad you brought that up. I'll take credit for that to like a respect issue, right? There's a respect I have for Tracy.
Taking credit.
Well, it needs to be said. It needs to be said because apparently nobody else is going to give me credit for anything. Right? Well, women don't belong in coaching and refereeing. It's annoying listening to them comment. And I can say that because I'm a girl. I'm all
yeah.
girl.
I mean, there is that. Yeah. I mean, I get it because they do have women's sports. They have their. But certainly, yeah.
Tracy is. I'll tell you what. Like it's just hold on. Wow, we're in double digits now for the audience.
It's a 10.
Oh,
10 or 11, Tracy.
Oh God, no, we're up at 11.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, it'll be up to like probably 12 or 13.
Yeah, but you have to understand in our universe, Tracy, this is huge.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Because that's a good point because we believe more like in the Tesla thing that it's all the spirits and soul.
Right. We're putting it out there into the universe.
Right. Yeah. Just these physical bodies that
see, anything that's transmitted,
right.
I don't know if this would, but certainly radio and TV frequency, they just keep going out into space forever.
So ours will be out in the universes for all time.
All time. Yeah, probably not.
You should have Tracy on the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I offered you on the show. I'm sorry, but I think maybe you were dreaming or something like that. But no.
That was harsh.
Yeah. Hold on here. I went from 5 to 10. So here's what's going on. I missed this. So Tracy's taking credit for the jump in our viewership.
Of course. Yeah, and she should because went from 5 to 10. That's doubled.
Oh.
Yeah. Tracy, any chance you think we'll crack a dozen today? That's what I'm just wondering.
We got, and this stays there for all time too. So we could get past 20 or 25, maybe possibly.
Viewers, we could probably get sponsorship, some money.
Yeah. Here we go with this is the part that really gets me, like this suck upness that we get here. What do we call that? I just made a new word, suck upness. It goes on again. I wouldn't mind seeing Tracy as a sideline reporter. Oh God.
Well, we could do we could probably structure this like a lot of these, like Gutfeld has guests on, right?
Right.
But they also maybe the guest does like a 30-second piece all on their own.
Oh.
Look at Barry. Look at Barry.
Barry. We love Barry, but he falls into this trap. Like he's being nice.
Well, let's not be pigheaded here.
Right.
Attractive young lady. And
so you think Barry's just being honest? It's like that.
Yeah. And he's just calling for how he sees it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd like this statement more because she's drawing you into my mess, right?
To your mess.
Yeah. This is like dysfunctional duo.
It's, pretty much true. So you nailed it. Yeah.
But see, in the past, you would be separated from that. She would defend you and rip into me. So now,
because she's watched a lot of me and she realizes there's issues. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Here's an intelligent woman finally. I don't mean to say Sorry, Tracy. I didn't mean that. Here's an additional intelligent woman. That's right. Spirits and souls. I love listening to you too. Always.
This is all in good fun.
Yeah.
This is all in good fun. But that said, Tom and I do realize that we're still stuck in a locker room from 20, 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's drop back to 9 our viewership. No, we're up to 13 now. When you wrote this.
Back to 9.
Right. Oh.
That's awesome.
At least this was in all capitals, right?
Yeah.
Zip it, Laidlaw. So, you know what we need to do too? We need to get like certain phrases that she has, like zip it.
Well, I think stop the madness.
Right. But we need to get them like she needs to have it recorded so we can draw on that. And when she says these things or prints it, then we can get the verbal.
You know what? I'm just thinking out loud. Tracy, you should get some T-shirts made, some coffee mugs made. Stop the madness. You might be able to sell that because I like that.
Madness, you're right too.
Because it applies to just about everything going on in the world right now. Yeah.
Let me see here. Here's a good person right here.
Copyright that.
A pair that beats a full house. That's us right there.
Yeah.
I like it. Let me see what we got
You
going.
remember Seldom Beaten, right?
Yes, Frank Beaton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Small guy, but he was game. I tell you. Tracy's appealing because she's a solid mother. Oh, Danny. I mean, oh.
Yeah.
So either he's being disingenuous to Tracy, right? Not that she's not a fantastic mother,
Oh,
but
yeah, she's a great mom.
yeah, but he's taking the appealing word. So obviously he's looking at her attractiveness, her physical attractiveness.
Maybe
he's trying to
he's
say,
going
what?
along the lines of MILF.
So you think he's calling her
Well,
MILF?
but so that's not like that used to be kind of a
Oh yes,
not I wouldn't say derogatory, but kind of like. But I think now it's kind of become like even for women. Tracy, correct me if I'm wrong. For women, even now, it's like almost a compliment that you're still in the game, even though you're a mom.
right. So
Not
MILF,
in the game. That's a bad way to put it.
mother, I'd like to be friends with. Is that
Correct.
right? So that's okay. So I like you're good at like sometimes I may jump to conclusions. So you're good at pulling me back and saying, no,
Only because I've made so many mistakes. I've learned to slow down.
soon. Hold on. So Ira thinks for love of God. That's a good one too. For love of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stop the madness. She's
Stop-
also
I
got
love-
the emoji which she puts the hand up to the forehead
Yeah.
too.
Stop the madness. That's a winner. For sure.
That is a good one. So stop the madness be at the top of the list, you think?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, copyright that. Get shirts, mugs, everything.
So I'm 53, way too old for you now. 53 Laidlaw. Actually, at my
Good point.
I love my daughter-in-law, Leah, my Shane's wife.
Yeah.
And so we were having dinner last night, and somehow we got on the topic of, I don't know what it was, that the minimum age that a man can date based on his age.
Right.
So there's maybe you had heard this before, but it's so 67, you take half of that and add 7. So
Not
it's
too much
30,
math.
33 plus 7. So 40 years old would be the youngest girl that I could date.
Right.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, it presents its problems.
Why do we have such this effect? So the most famous one right now is Bill Parcells with his, so he's 70
No,
something.
Belichick. Yeah.
Bill
I
Belichick.
knew what you meant. Yeah.
No,
Belichick.
Bill Belichick with his 24-year-old girlfriend.
That's absurd.
Okay, but why do people think that?
I mean, it's not my business.
Yeah,
It's not my
but why do
business,
people
but
think it's so absurd?
Well,
Because-
it's because what can you possibly talk about?
I've heard this argument, but
Yeah.
there be some men that say talk. I don't.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, so why, if the girl's of age, you're not doing anything illegal, and she's into the relationship. Now, obviously, you're gonna think, well, she's just there for the money or whatever. That's obviously
Of
right.
course. Yeah.
But maybe in the rare event that maybe she actually just really likes older men and she's really into Bill Belichick, like she really loves Bill Belichick.
It could
Why
be.
do people find it so weird though?
Well, I think part of it is they're looking out for him in a way. Like in other words, hey, be careful, man. That girl's after your money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
But then again, it's not my business.
conversely, couldn't they say, "Be careful, young lady. He's just after your body."
Yeah, once a month. He's 72, 73 years old. It's not like he's chasing around for 7 times a day.
We never know.
That's true too. I mean, he is Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'd think she'd get him to wear better clothes. This is where I'm disappointed.
I know.
Yeah.
But you also have to admire that I'm sure she's trying to get him to wear better clothes, and he's not
He's
giving
like,
in.
"Nah, this is me.
You kind of admire that. So here's the
But
young. Yeah.
when Beth or she'd go to the country club for dinner with her dad,
Right.
and like she'd get like a lot of people looking at her, like,
Right.
And finally, she stood up and said, "I'm his daughter."
Okay, here we go. Tracy, I was hoping that Tracy would chime in. For the love of God. That's another good one too, right? For the love of God. What was the other one we had at number 1?
Stop the madness.
Stop the madness. So she's also got the for love of God, for the love of
I
God.
think she's 24, right, Tracy? I think she's only 24.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of creepy.
I think she's taking it and kind of adjusting it for my saying, for the love of God, it's gross. But why? Okay, good statement there. Why is it gross though? Like, why does a woman find it gross that an older man's with her? Like the woman's going to say his body's like,
All right, reverse it, Tom.
well,
Yeah. All right. You just winced. It's the same for them. All right. You got to realize that.
sure, that's
You just winced.
Yeah, I know. Good point. I just threw up in my mouth with that vision.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh God, that's funny. She can talk about all of her RE real estate investments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that, and again, you know what? If he's fine with it, I'm fine with it.
Well, that's the thing I'm thinking.
Yeah.
She's fine with it. He's fine with it. Let's assume it's a real relationship.
And I think what we have to remember, at least I have to remember, he's not saying to the world, like every 24-year-old chick wants me because I'm so hot.
Right.
This is maybe I found a 24-year-old. I really like her a lot. I love her, whatever.
Yeah.
My business.
Right.
Like, I think he fully realizes, yeah, it's a little different. I'm an old guy,
But I guess, you're totally right. But I guess I'm trying to figure, why do people get so upset about it? Like, it feels like it really grosses people out.
Well, it's a distraction, because I don't know Bill Belichick. Do you? I don't know.
Right. But somebody doesn't have to, like, it's distracting them from what?
Well, because I mean, on its face, it looks like it's what it might or might not be. Right. She's just working him for money. He's delusional,
Right.
But I mean,
yeah, but why? I get you with all that. But why do people say like it's just disgusting? Well, how's it disgusting? It's not affecting your life at all.
No, it isn't. But I guess the thought in their brain of what
the physical, like doing the horizontal mamba there.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
Right.
But speaking of coaches, I love that commercial. I'm going to change the topic. I love that with is it Nick Saban when he's running the bed and breakfast?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's good.
You know what time? It's 3:00, right? It's 2:55.
Those are good. He's
They're really good.
He has to change his personality too much when he's doing it.
Yeah. Just be you. Yeah.
Bill Belichick is a bitch. He bosses around. It's not attractive.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. But I mean, so look at Bezos and the wonderful Lauren Sanchez. I mean, there's not an age difference that's huge there, but
I know.
we all know what that is. Come on. And again, it's not my business.
I found some old pictures of him. He was not like a
All of a sudden, he's all jacked up now on TRT.
Yeah. Let me see. Seems so dull. Belichick seems so dull. Apparently, he's not though. Like he acts like that in public. Apparently, he's a very funny guy.
Probably is. Yeah. I want to see when they roast him, like they roasted Tom Brady.
Yeah, they didn't do a roast for him, right? Didn't they have a night for him remember that was Brady. Whatever.
Brady, yeah, it was same. It was roast. It was actually pretty gross, but
yeah,
that's where we are.
Let me see here. My dad dated a girl the same age as my brother. He was creepy.
Yeah, that would bother me.
That's the problem. Yeah. I guess you've got kids and they're the same age.
Yeah,
like, you don't get together for Christmas dinner.
My grandmother's 22. I'm 70.
Oh God. Well,
yeah.
It's one of those things. Did we touch on this about my studying Tesla more? I think maybe we talked about it before.
Yeah, we did.
Oh man, really very.
You know what? So you know how like they spy on you. Now my Facebook, all it is like a quantum mechanics, quantum theory.
Oh, I know, right?
One right after the other, right?
Yeah.
And I still have no clue.
Isn't it funny? You're right. So you can read it and try to figure it all out, and you get an understanding, but to try to explain it to somebody else. Yeah. The one I think is really interesting is the quantum entanglement, right? Where the two particles can be millions of miles away.
Yeah.
And they're like twins acting. Yeah.
Superposition.
Nice. I like that. Like the parallel universes. Like, so now they're really it is interesting. Some of these scientists are coming out and saying, listen, we need to be careful here because we just don't know where this is all going to go. Like all the quantum computing and everything.
Yeah. I tell you, they were fearful that when they fired up the CERN collider in France a while back, that it was going to create a black hole. And that would be the end.
Here's a great question. I hate to admit it, by Ira. Who's your celebrity crush? So go back, like who would your is it Ginger, Marianne?
I mean it changes, but I mean my first one was Laura Petrie.
From Dick Van Dyke?
Yeah, Mary Tyler Moore. Yeah.
Oh.
My first little boy crush. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I Dream of Jeannie what's her name?
Oh, yeah, that worked for sure.
We got the outfit and everything. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
You know who was pretty hot was Raquel Welch. Remember Raquel Welch?
Incredibly hot.
Oh, she was in the Western one time with, I think, with John
Yes,
Wayne.
John
too.
Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bravo Rio or something like that.
Yes, they were trying to
Yeah.
kidnap her or whatever.
Yeah,
And save her.
When I was a real little boy, I remember seeing a older movie with Sophia Loren, and she was
Oh, yeah.
very attractive woman too.
Hold on here. Tracy's getting here going. Who's new in your dating pool or swamp? Oh, jeez. Oh, that is like,
That's harsh, but it's pretty funny.
man, that was really tough to take. It's a good thing I'm not a sensitive man.
Yeah,
Basically, I have no feelings whatsoever, I'm told.
immune to it. Yeah.
Oh, God. It's funny how you're perceived, right? Like how other people perceive you. Like, you know, you can meet somebody for a brief period of time. They have now this vision of you.
Joey Chestnut. All right.
So the hot dog
So
eating.
all right, is that a sport?
Yeah, it's the same thing as a cigarette smoking contest.
Yeah.
Like let's put as much bad stuff as our bodies as possible.
Cigarette smoking
Yeah.
contest.
Don't you think like we have like a hot dog eating day? It's
Yeah.
one of the most unhealthy foods you can put in your body, and we're celebrating it.
Cancer in a tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's find somebody who used to smoke cigarettes all the time.
But I don't think it stays in them very long. I mean, in and out.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
it's
Yeah.
gotta be.
Still harden up those arteries. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
God.
I know arteries are overrated.
Barbara Eden. Yeah, really.
Barbie and yeah.
And we've done this before, though, the whole Gilligan's Island, Ginger Marianne debate.
Yeah, everybody goes with Marianne. So I'm gonna go with Ginger. Just be different.
Ginger was the one all dressed up, right?
Yeah, she was the movie actress.
How about the women on The Price is Right? They always used to have the hot girls come
Yeah,
out.
well, apparently Bob Barker got in a little bit of trouble there with all that.
Oh, is that right? Did he have?
Oh, he got me too. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he got me too.
No, he did. Yeah. Yeah.
That is terrible but funny. Oh, that was funny the way he said that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, Tracy's on fire. No shortage of it. Oh, well, I can't really argue too much. So
She's right. Once again.
Linda Carter from Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's that?
How about who's the Charlie's Angels were pretty hot too. Those three were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, we all had different. Because you had three to pick from.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It was Farrah Fawcett, right? Too. Remember she had that.
The original ones were Farrah Fawcett, Jacqueline Smith, and then
Yeah,
I can't remember the other girl's name.
not Linda Evans. No.
No. Linda Evans was not way before, but she was on the Western, the Virginian, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How about the show Star Trek? You used to always have those hot babes come
Yeah,
out
he
with the
did.
tight outfits, and then
Yeah.
William Shatner's making out with every one of them too.
Yeah, he always worked that into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was in his contract or something.
Yeah.
That does not have to have.
Well, apparently the Batman show,
Right.
like for whatever reason, I think the guy who played Robin, I forget his name now, Bert, whatever. He wrote a all telltale book, and it was some pretty wild times.
Oh, is that right? Eh?
Well, it was the 70s, you know.
Yeah.
And
Kate Jackson was the other.
Kate Jackson,
Yeah.
correct.
Susan's got that, of course. Hold on. Deb's got one here. Tony Orlando was my crush.
Yeah.
Tracy's crush was Kash Patel. Yes. She sent
What show was he on?
it. So I sent her a picture. There's a picture of him cross-eyed.
Yeah.
I said, "Is this the one you're talking about?" Oh, he does have the eyes.
Yeah.
Where-
He's a little crazy looking.
Wow, they're jumping.
You know, he's
all
a
over.
hockey player. Plays hockey.
Yes, he was at
Pretty
he was when Ovechkin was breaking all the records.
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're gonna ask the females. What was their first TV male crush?
Yep. Okay, so we have Tony Orlando so far.
And then you got the period of like the David Cassidy's of the world and all.
Yeah.
Bobby Sherman.
Tracy's better
Everybody's-
than me.
yeah.
She's better than Tom Laidlaw, right?
Well, that was a TV show. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
I'm on. I'm in HR walking violation. Oh,
Yeah.
so I don't know the show one time.
Oh, I got it. I love it.
Tom, hold on. Tom had a crush on Creepella. Who's Creepella? I don't know her. Catwoman, yes. But part of it was the way they had him dressed up too. Right?
Yeah. That was what was her name? Yvette Mimou. There was two of them.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That one,
And I forget who the second one was.
Tracy did it. I'm cracking up. That pick was the worst. And Tracy was being serious. It was a night. And there, no, he's got a very attractive girlfriend too. Kash Patel does.
Yeah.
And so Tracy was saying that kind of her crush right now. And then I would actually had to find the cross-eyed one. Oh, here's one. Tom Selleck. It's Magnum.
Yep. The women folk liked him.
Yeah, that
Robert Redford too.
mustache and everything.
Mhm.
Okay, hold on. Janet's got.
I just said Robert Redford. Yeah, Paul Newman. What? Elaine. You know what? Jeanette, we were talking about this the other night. My wife, no, not my wife, Beth and I, and I said,
you're talking about Jeanette?
No.
Oh.
Talking about who I thought were Cary Grant being one, and then Elaine Dion. I mean, if you ever seen him in a film, and I don't know if she knows his story. He had a pretty rough, like his life was tough. He was a pretty badass dude.
Who was Elaine Dion though? I don't know.
He was a French actor. Was very famous. He did a lot with Brigitte Bardot back then, and just stupidly good-looking man. I mean, just really attractive dude. But he had a pretty interesting. Google him. It's a pretty interesting story. He was a badass guy.
Was Cary Grant? Was he gay too though?
Cary Grant, no.
Was Rock Hudson was gay?
Rock Hudson, yeah.
Right. Not that matters. I mean,
yeah, who cares? But he was another very handsome man, Rock Hudson.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Tracy's up here. Sean Connery, bald like me. Ed Harris, bald like me. Harrison Ford. So basically, she's saying it's me. See what's going on there? She can't just say Tom Laidlaw, right? She has to pick a bunch.
Stop the madness.
Right. So
Stop the madness.
She went on and said, "Give me names of bald actors."
Yeah, she threw Harrison Ford in there just to be like,
yes, yeah, not make it look so obvious. So, you know, we're reading her like a dime novel now. Yeah.
Eartha Kitt, yeah. Lee Merriweather and Julie, yeah. Wasn't Susan? Who did Yvette? Was she? Maybe I'm wrong on that. Susan will let me know. Wow. But yeah, Eartha Kitt, and Julie Newmar, I think it was. Yeah.
Julie Newmar.
Yeah, she was a dancer, I think, also.
Wow. It's not about you. I'm not Jesus Christ, okay? I think highly of myself, but I appreciate you calling me Jesus Christ, but I'm not at that level, okay?
Yeah, he's just a human.
Yeah, I'm a human being, yes. Oh, Bo Derek. Yeah, you know what? She was odd. She had the hair. What was that braid? Like she had the.
Well, that was in the movie 10.
Oh,
we mentioned Linda Evans before. Linda Evans was married to John Derek, and then when they got divorced, he married Bo Derek. Derek's name was Bo. I think it's like an Irish name.
Bo. So Bo was her real name? Bo?
Yeah, well, that's where, in fact, Bo Jackson was named after her.
Oh, okay. Hold on here. Jeanette here. Tom Selleck. But I wanted the Ferrari.
Yeah. Okay. I can.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got here from Ira Matthews? Ira Matthews is a bitch.
No, who's he talking about? She's talking about.
No, I think she's calling Ira Matthews a bitch, a pretty boy.
I don't know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Well, we need clarification there, Tracy. But I think
yeah,
we're talking about
I can't believe that, but
yeah.
Lindsay Wagner from Bionic Woman.
Yeah, I dated a girl briefly in high school that looked just like her.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She wasn't bionic though.
She wasn't bionic. I can't. What was that show all about? So was that basically like the $6 Million Man, the female version?
Exactly. Yeah, it was the female version. Because they did that with a couple.
Right.
They did it
How about more currently? Like Halle Berry was something that I thought was interesting.
Very, very attractive woman.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shows how old we're getting. This. She was doing a show the other day talking about menopause and everything like that. I said, okay, kind of aging.
Yeah, well, it strikes at different times.
Yeah. Ron Duguay. So his name was shown up there before.
Oh, okay.
So you weren't calling Ira a bitch. You're calling Ron Duguay a bitch. Hold on. Burt Reynolds in everything, including Flipper.
I forgot he was in Flipper. He was in an episode because he's from Florida. He played football down in Tallahassee State or something. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Remember what was the movie where they eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking?
Yeah.
The
Cannonball Run. Was it
Cannonball
Cannonball
Run,
Run?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And what was the girl in the show that? Oh,
Oh, Sally Field.
Sally Field. Yes,
Yeah, the Flying Nun.
the flying. That's right, the Flying
Yeah.
Nun.
Now think about that for a minute. I almost got too excited.
Right.
So you're a TV executive. Hey Tom, what do you got for us today? I got a great show. What's it? It's a nun who flies. What? What are you talking about?
They must have been stoned or something, right? when they-
Yeah. Oh, they had to be tripping on acid for that one.
Oh yes, here we go, Ira. The Daisy Dukes. Who was the girl in the Daisy Dukes?
I forget her name, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh goodness.
Or how about
How about like the woman in now it's an older, more like, sophisticated woman in Green Acres. What was her name? Remember Green Acres?
Zsa Zsa Gabor?
Was that Zsa Zsa Gabor?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
So there was
her
Zsa Zsa
sister-
and then there's Ava Gabor, right?
Her sister. Yeah, Zsa Zsa was a little bit more famous, but they each had like 11 husbands each.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah. She made something was pretty fun. I'll have to think about it or find it, but she was funny.
Well, what's Susan talking about here? Florida State running
Oh,
back.
Florida State. Burt Reynolds.
Oh, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Now is Tracy saying this is our show? It's a show about nothing?
No, that was Seinfeld.
Yeah, because our show is like informative. This is where
Very.
people get their information. Yeah.
You want to know about things you don't want to know.
Oh, Daisy Dukes. Daisy. Oh, here we go. Catherine Bach. Catherine Bach.
That was her name.
Yes. Oh, that was good. Now, there's another woman. She was in a movie. Remember, Michael Douglas was in a movie with Meryl Streep where he had an affair with her and then she burnt the rabbit.
Oh,
Ann Archer was his wife. Remember?
yeah,
Ann?
no, yeah, that was Glenn Close.
Glenn Close. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Ann
That's a
Archer
great
was,
movie.
but the wife, Ann Archer, she was
Yeah.
hot. Hold on here. Now, this is clearly James Patrick. Is adorable. Yeah, he's got that little boy thing kind of going on, right?
Yeah, I never really looked at him that closely, but yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he's a good dude too.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Yeah, Phoebe Cates coming to the pool.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
I got when Dougie Gilmore was here in Jersey. He trained with me a bit, and his wife was an actress, Canadian, and she did a lot of. I think Phoebe Cates might have been Canadian. I think, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because I think they did like when they were kids, like a show together or something.
Right.
In Canada.
Huh. So Tracy's describing our relationship here, Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, good movie. Real good movie.
That was the one we were talking about, right? With
Yeah.
Mike Douglas. Now there's another movie where a very attractive woman had an affair with some like artist kind of guy,
Mhm.
and she was married to Michael Douglas.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
talking about?
Yeah.
I think it was Unfaithful was the name of the movie.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Was
she
that-
was, what was her name too? She was hot too.
It's a while back. I can't remember.
Yeah. And then Michael Douglas ended up killing him with a snow globe. He beat
Yeah.
him over the head with a snow globe.
Yeah. That's
Threw him back.
effective.
Yeah.
It'll work.
Put him in the back of the trunk. I like and he wrapped him up in a like a carpet too and carried him out. Like nobody's gonna see you carrying a carpet.
Well, so a great point. We've been watching The Better Sister on Prime,
Right.
and so it's a basic story. It's Jessica Biel, who's
Sorry, he was right though. Richard Gere. Sorry, it was Richard Gere, not.
Richard Gere. Yeah. So anyhow, it's a like guy gets murdered, and 7 episodes later we find out. Right. I'm sorry. 8 episodes. The final episode.
Right.
That his wife stabbed him. And I'm like, her DNA would be all over his body. And I'm like, you made me watch 8 episodes to call BS. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, so Jeanette's gonna go. We're gonna go more present day. Pedro Pascal likes to be called.
I
Who's
don't
he?
know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah. I still think Ashwar Ray. Don't know. Sophia Loren.
Sophia Loren. Yeah.
Meg Ryan. eh.
She was cute. Yeah, but now she had some unfortunate plastic surgery. She's got that Joker thing going on. Yeah.
Unfortunate plastic. Okay, yeah. So, let's go. People that are perceived to be attractive.
Mhm.
Okay, so Taylor Swift. Like, I don't think she's attractive. I'm not trying to pick on her, but I think people build her up like this. She's a really attractive woman, and she's talented.
Well, she's got $1 billion, Tom.
Yeah, I guess she's not that bad. Yeah, but
I
man.
guess she's.
Okay, so who would be like today's like who are? How about like like Madonna? I think she's old now too. Like that's
Well, she was never attractive, but she had a thing going. You know what I mean? She
Right.
had a whole.
yeah,
She still does, but I don't know. Charlize Theron, I think, is a very pretty lady.
yeah. How about did Beyonce do much for you? No. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Doug DeVito. Hold on. F. Taylor. Who's F. Taylor?
Taylor Swift. Yeah, I
Oh,
agree. Yeah,
oh.
well, I just think she's just a little bit misguided.
Who Taylor Swift's misguided?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we need less of her.
Yeah, I know. She shows up to the game the other night there in Florida, or whatever, and
I'm
became
like,
all over her.
every time I turn on a sporting event, I got to see these two.
I know. Here's one. Good job by Susan here. J-Lo. Okay.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen her without all the makeup and everything?
I don't care either way with the makeup. She's just no. And I
Yeah.
think it's maybe because I know too much about her personality and what she's done
Yeah.
that I just don't like her.
Yeah, she's buddies with P. Diddy, isn't she?
Exactly. I
Right.
can't forgive her for that. She knew what's up. She knew she hid the gun.
Yeah. Okay, so like right now, the most attractive woman in the world, like other than Beth, obviously,
Mhm.
in the world, actress, singer, person. I mean, it could be.
I didn't give it a lot of thought, but I don't know. There's quite a few actually.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. There's like, so there's all these movie stars and everything that everybody like thinks is pretty, but there could be women just walking down the street.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, J Lo's annoying. I have no time for her.
Alicia Keys, is she attractive? I don't.
Yeah, she is, and she's incredibly talented.
Yes.
She's a very beautiful. You're right, Tim. She's very pretty.
Jessica Alba, is she up there?
She's cute.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say she's gorgeous. I think she's.
And again, it's hard to tell, right? Because they do
Yeah.
all this makeup and everything. So is that? It's really. Is
Well,
that?
that's part. That doesn't bother me, but I think also we're talking about before Belichick and the 24-year-old. So when I see an attractive actress who's much younger than me, I just go, she's. I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different now.
And that, I know. I'll say there's one thing as you get older as a man. I think
I
you
don't want to be creepy.
What's that?
I don't want to be creepy.
Well, but it's also, I think, well, where I was going with it was, as you get older, it isn't totally about their looks. Like if they
Correct.
come across as a really like great person,
Yeah.
then they're more attractive. They're a beautiful woman, but they're just a total.
Apparently, it goes the other direction because how to get Beth? Come on, let's be real here.
Let me see.
It's not always about looks.
Uh,
Either that, or I was the only one that answered the phone.
okay, here's an interesting one here. Demi Moore.
You know what? I'll give her credit because she admits. She said I spent over $1 million on plastic surgery.
Oh,
Yeah, and she looks great. I mean, and she's getting relevant again. She was just in that series we watched, Landman.
yeah.
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 Man, I have no problem with that. I mean, guys go to the gym. You don't go. Listen, I saw a T-shirt. I work out because I'm ugly. It's a great T-shirt for men to wear.
Chris Carter. You know what?
he's
When I
really
see
good.
him and Zibanejad are hugging, they're both very attractive men.
Well, there's been, and I'm sure, I mean, you know a ton, but there's been a lot of guys that should have been models and not played hockey.
Right.
I mean, they were good hockey, like Sheldon Story, really handsome dude, great hockey player.
God, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, okay. What time is it here? You got you're busy.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Great show today. I'll tell you what. Like, and again, I
All
don't.
right, let's do 3 stars of the show.
Right. Well, just because
Come on,
well,
you got to
but
give
again,
it to her.
not unlike Chris Kreider, he didn't always show up and play great. So when he did play great, you notice it more. So same thing with Tracy, right?
She had a hat trick today for
Right,
sure.
okay,
And a
so
couple
Tracy's
helpers,
there. Who
yeah.
else?
Susan would be second star.
Susan's a consistent, yeah.
And I'm going to say Deb for third star of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jeanette.
Well, yeah,
She,
for sure.
yeah, she'd be like honorable
And they're
mention.
all on the same
Totally.
level of importance. Yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll be back next week
That's,
again. What's that, sir?
I got a third star in practice one time.
Did you get? Yeah. I get second, sir. Everybody else is first.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Let's have a fantastic week. Again, we're thinking about people out there, that 988 hotline, helping others, and just taking care of the world. Make the world a beautiful place. Okay, everybody. Talk to you.